Welcome to Living in Beauty. Since we started full-time traveling in our Airstream, almost every time we launch our inflatable kayaks, we're asked questions like, where did we get them? Who makes them? Do we like them? How do they handle? What do they weigh? Are they expensive? How small do they pack up? Well, we've been kayaking since 2004 and began with both personal and small group instruction with the experts at Southwestern Aquatic Center at the Silver Strand State Beach in San Diego. I'd recently had major neck surgery following years of muscle atrophy in my arm, and I instinctively felt that paddling would be good physical therapy. After our second summer of classes in 2005, I'd gained strength, repaired some nerve damage, and we became enthusiasts, purchasing 2 Wilderness System Pamlico 145T kayaks. We liked that they could be set up as tandem 2-seaters or as solo crafts by moving the front seat back. These boats served us well on the San Diego Bay, where we regularly paddled to lunch, breakfast, the fish market, and to concerts on the bay. But at 14.5 feet and 73 pounds, these stable, sturdy, yet maneuverable boats seem to get heavier every year. We continually looked at lighter weight crafts, but never made a decision. Then came the bad news that I needed a second neck surgery. You see, I needed a new neck, and because of a great surgeon, I got one. A very good one. Thank you, Dr. Jeffrey Lee. Carmen and I decided to be kinder to this new neck and lighten up our lives in more ways than just our kayaks. We began selling everything we owned, including the Wilderness Systems Pamlicos, because by that time, we could barely pull them on the hand trailer, much less lift them on top of our new Ram truck with a cap. Even ultra-lightweight boats were beyond our ability to manage safely at that height. We needed kayaks that we could fit inside the truck. But with a generator, a ladder, grill, fire pit, table, tools, you get the message, there was simply no room. Inflatable kayaks were intriguing, but we'd never seen one. We didn't know anyone who had one and couldn't find any in any showroom featuring them in San Diego, and we certainly didn't want to buy kayaks without a water test. Then, one weekend in March 2016, when we were staying at Campland on the Bay, we couldn't believe that the folks in the space right between us had 2 Advanced Elements inflatable kayaks, the very kayak brand we were coveting on the internet for months. And they kindly invited us to test them out on the bay. By this time, we hadn't paddled for about 6 months. Advanced frame kayaks take about 10 minutes to get out of the bag, inflate, and set up. We love these kayaks and have nothing but good to say about how easy they are to set up and how nicely they handle. Now, as a bonus, while camping, they both fit under our Airstream trailer for quick and easy access. Inflated, they're about 10 feet 10 inches long and 23 inches wide. They fit into a small 31-inch by 18-inch by 10-inch duffel bag, and we store them in the back of the truck. They weigh about 35 pounds each. That's including the seat and the floor. I've listed a bunch of the features, which I'm not going to read, but if you're interested in them, just take a look at the blog. Now, since we knew we were going to be using these boats regularly on our travels, we bought 2 very high-quality kayak paddles, and they're fantastic. We also bought 2 Advanced Elements stowable kayak dollies, so we could walk them to their destinations. When we arrive to the water, we pop off the wheels and stow them behind the seats under the stern, then collapse the frame and stow it on top with bungee cords. The only negatives is risk of mildew. When you deflate them for storage, they must be dry, especially for long-term storage. To avoid mildew, we drain them well and then dry them in direct sunlight for a couple of hours, then towel them dry before deflating. For months, we paddled the San Diego Bay until we started full-timing. Then, Big Bear Lake, Mono Lake, South Lake Tahoe, Lake of the Woods in Oregon, and the Snake River in Idaho. happy kayaking. Thank you for joining us in Living in Beauty. If you like this post and want to be notified when a new one is released, please enter your email address and click the follow button at the bottom of this page. For more information, check out our travel maps and facts. Okay, that's it for now. Safe and happy travels, and see you next time.